Good evening and welcome to everyone that is joining me here on the live this evening. It is August the 1st. Can you believe it's August, hey? If you are in the chat, come and say hello. We've already got Samina who's written a lovely little comment there live from Pakistan, which is beautiful. And if you are watching on the replay, welcome. It is really great to have you with me tonight. And I hope you get a lot from this. So if you are watching on the replay, please just pop in the little comments there, like a little hashtag on the replay, just so I know that you're here. And if you are here in the live chat, please pop your name and let me know where in the world that you are from, because I always love to know how people find me, and it's amazing and it's incredible. So on Wednesday, I was live and it was really beautiful, and we had 19 gorgeous souls in. And then the week before, I think we had 7. So let's see what happens here. I do want to say for anyone joining, you do have a 40-second delay in between being able to talk to me for comments. And the ads are only every, hey, Katie from Wales. Oh, you got a little Welsh flag. Hey, Katie. Hey, Sarah. How are you? And you do only have ads every 30 seconds. It's the best I can do in terms of ads. Okay. These readings are just for entertainment purposes. I don't do anything to do with medical. I don't do anything to do with pregnancy. But apart from that, I am here to help and be with you, beautiful, gorgeous souls. And I do intuitive readings, or I also do evidential physical mediumship. So if you've lost loved ones and you would love to hear from them, whether that be your mum, your dad, your brother, your sister, or your partner, or, you know, there's a friend that you've sort of lost touch with that you'd love to hear from, please just put that in the chat. And let me know who it is that you would love to hear from, you know. And if you want intuitive guidance, please just also pop that in. We also are blessed here by our gorgeous Jack. So he's asleep there. That's Jack. Jack is 2 years old. So he's my rescue dog. I rescued him November the 1st last year. So Jack has decided he's going to sit there. And then you can't see Meg, but she's just here. Aren't you, Meggy baby? And then Archie's on the floor. So I've got 3 border collies. Anyway, hello, Michelle. Good evening. Hey, Sharon. Hi, Kel. You're in Michigan, US. Hello from Michigan, US. Thank you for joining me. Your energy was beautiful at the end of the last session. It was gorgeous. And Yvette952. Hi, how are you? I was in a live stream and I wanted to be here again. Oh, that is beautiful. And if you'd love to share this with anybody, it would be really gorgeous. If anyone pops into your head and you think, do you know what, it'd be really amazing and incredible just to share this live with anybody. And I said that at 222 at the top there. Something just made me check. Meg, do you want to go and lie down? Hey. All right. I really had a curious about love. I don't know if I could ask you on what you feel. Oh, I always love that. Yvette, where are you from, my lovely? Just let me know where you're from, because it's always nice. And Michelle, welcome. I'm not sure I've seen you on the live before, but if you have found your way here, I do promise it is for an absolute reason. Just to let you know, I work on the basis of a pinned comment. Okay. So what I do is I'm looking through the chat just over here. And when I'm drawn to something, I will then be able to. You're Mallorca on the Isle of Spain. We're from all around the world here. This is amazing. Okay. But what I do is I go to whoever it is I'm drawn into in the conversation just there. And then what I will do is read for you on that basis. All I ask that you do is you make sure you keep talking to me back and forth. Okay. So the more that you connect with me, the more messages that I will be able to pass over, and the clearer. And if you see me before, you know, sometimes the messages are amazing and incredible, and they're really, really, truly, they are beautiful. So anyway, shall we get started, and let's see what we're going to achieve and what we're going to absolutely do tonight. So who here would love a message? Katie's put, lovely to see some of the same people back and people from around the world. I love it. And that's what I love about this, you know. And if you are just joining me here, there's 10 of you. Come and say hello. Let me know where you're from, and let me know if you want me to connect with someone that has passed, or you want an intuitive reading. Let me know. Charlie, I'm in Nottingham. Hey, Charlie, how are you? I'm in Derby, so I'm not too far from you. Which part of Nottingham are you from? I'm not too far from East Midlands. Yvette, I always feel your energy is so intense when you check on energy, and I'd love a check on love. Oh, okay, Yvette, no worries. Sarah, how about my grandparents? My grandmother popped into my mind 30 minutes ago. Oh, Sarah, do you know what? It's beautiful. You're back again. You're like one of my regulars, which is gorgeous. Thank you for being here. Katie actually tuned in to the man that we found for you with your divine partner. We spoke about it afterwards, and I know Katie won't mind sharing, but she saw the exact image of the guy that I described to you on Wednesday's live that I did for you, which was beautiful. So that was amazing. So yes, let me know what it is that you would like, and let's see. And Michelle messages, caught your last live. I was divinely guided. Would like a message, please, Kel. Do you know what? I'm going to start with you. You're north, are you, Charlie? Awesome. So if you, as I'm reading here, if anyone picks up on anything else in the chat, please just pop it in. So if any of you are intuitive and you are picking up on anything that I'm getting in a reading for somebody, please again just pop that in the chat there. You know, you're more than welcome if you're getting messages. And like Katie says there, you know, Katie is incredibly intuitive, and I know loads of you are, you know, here as well. Okay. So Michelle, I'm really drawn to you actually. I feel like you have really, really beautiful energy. You've caught your last live. I'm divinely guided. I would like a message, please. Beautiful, cool, awesome. Right, let me, and I always have a little sip of drink just in between clients. So instantly as I tune into you, I have an older male energy coming through to you. And as I do that, I notice that I've got a little bit of like drink leaking here from my mouth. Yeah. And I feel like this is an older man coming through to you. And I feel like there was a level of dementia. There was a level of not being able to ascertain, look after himself and control himself. I don't know if this is a granddad kind of figure to you that's just coming through here, but you'll understand here something about just like little dribbles and stuff coming down, because as I just took that drink there, I just felt a little bit of water come down there. But I feel like the man that I want to bring through to you, you would remember as being someone that was very highly intellectual, someone that was always able to hold a really great conversation. But I want to say this man to you would have gone downhill quite quickly. Sarah, I love it. Thank you, Katie. Oh, bless you. Awesome. And like I say, you know, if you guys want to chat to each other, you want to get to know each other, you want to talk to each other, it's just really beautiful if you go and do that as well, which is just gorgeous. So yes, just going more into this guy, I feel like I can see that it feels like he was whether he was like a professor or a teacher, but he was someone that was of very high esteem, so to speak. And I'm really feeling that in his energy tonight. And I feel like I want to bring him through to you because I want you to know that, and I don't know why this is important, I tell you this, okay, but I want you to know that when spirit come through to us, they come through to us in a way that is how they want us to remember them. Okay. And know that I'm hearing this. Hello, Juanita. You're from Oregon. Hello, darling. Thank you for joining me again. Beautiful and gorgeous to have you here this evening. Okay. And thank you for the love hearts that you guys are sharing with me. That is really gorgeous too. Okay. But yeah, I feel like what I want to say with this guy coming through is this really this sense of not worrying about when someone has passed across if they are still suffering. And I don't know why I really want to say that to you, but I feel like one of the questions in your mind is, but do they heal? Do they get better? And specifically with this old man, because I feel like he was someone, again, they show me very intellectual, very quick witted. I feel like I can see like some glasses that he would have pushed up on his face just there. And I feel like I can see like the Times newspaper or like a broadsheet kind of newspaper, so to speak, and someone just being able to always just look over and just articulate and be with you. But I literally feel just in bringing this energy through to you that, you know, his passing was quite sudden and he just would have gone downhill in a massive, huge way. And I want to bring him through to you today because I feel like I want to give you like this fatherly kind of presence, this almost this, you are always protected, you are always loved, and you are always safe in the energy that I feel deeply inside of you. And I also feel like, I don't know if this makes sense to you at all, Michelle, but I really yes, confirmation, thank you, but I really feel like his energy is quite present with you. And I also feel though that you feel spiritual energy as well, okay? And I sense that you often, I don't know if this is true, but give me this, okay? I feel like sometimes you see things and you see things out the corner of your eye and you see things as a flicker. But what I'm being told is that when you were younger, you often used to see other people. And I feel like things were dismissed for you when you would have been younger, so to speak, okay? And know that I'm feeling that for you there, but I kind of feel this sense of like you always know when spirit comes close to you. And I want to say sometimes yes, thank you. And I want to say also sometimes what will happen with you is you will go instantly cold, for example, because you will feel like a chill. You'll feel like they're stepping in towards you in terms of your aura, so to speak. And I feel like sometimes you'll be like, hey, grandpa, or hey, gramps, something like that. And I just feel like you get this warmth. And just know this man coming through to you, like he's got like a very clean soap smell. And I feel like you would understand. It's like, I want to say it's like a caustic soap or something, but it just feels like it's a clear, like a pearl soap, something like that. Carbolic. Thank you. Thank you. Brilliant. Okay. It's like a carbolic. Ha ha ha. Yeah. It's like a carbolic smell that I'm just getting through with him. A really clean. And I feel like you would understand. He always would have washed his face and hands in the sink. Um, and he always would have just toweled himself just slightly there with his face. And he always would have smiled. And there's something about putting his glasses down somewhere. Michelle would laugh at this. Okay. You always had to hunt for his glasses, but sometimes they'd be on top of his head and he wouldn't realize it. And I just felt like you would understand that. He's got like, and you know, as he's coming through to me today, he's got like a really lovely sense of humor with him. Okay. So even though, you know, his passing, because I just feel like he says, like, I was a shell of a man. And I want you to remember me for who I was and the joy. Yes. And I have carbolic soap in my kitchen. That's crazy. That's amazing, isn't it? Eh? Okay. All right. But I want you to remember me for the absolute joy and just the way that he was as a person. But I also feel like he's coming through to you today and he's saying to you that the old times, you know, they were the best. Yeah, they were when everything was so much simpler. You know, everything was so much easier, and there was none of this. You know, not really knowing where you were. And I feel like with him, you always understood where you were with him. Um, and he wants to say to you that he has always known that you were very, very intelligent from a very young age. And he says, "Mark my words, there's still a lot to come from you." Okay, please let me give you that. Okay, we haven't seen the best of you yet, girl. Okay, yes, he hid his illness, so left quickly. Used to read a huge newspaper. Thank you, beautiful. Yeah, because they just show me like a huge broadsheet. Okay, um, and I feel like there was some. I know weirdly enough, but I feel like there was some kind of connection with the Titanic for some reason. I don't know why, but you would understand. April the 8th, 1912. I don't know if that's when the Titanic sunk, but there's some connection there with like large boats. And I can't quite make sense of that. I don't know, was it, there's something to do with that. They're just showing me that. Oh, okay. Back in, so the reason why they're showing me that is because we're talking about very olden times here. Like, does this resonate with you that he would have like had bags of coal and stuff on his back? I don't know why, but I feel like as a young lad, like he was very fit and nimble, so to speak. And I feel like he's also referencing times back to his dad from beyond, if that makes sense as well. Because I'm seeing like the old horse and cart that you would have had. Yes, he was a painter and always painted boats. Amazing. Thank you. Awesome. Okay. But I'm seeing like also like the bags of coal on the back. And I don't know why I'm seeing that, but I feel like you'll be able to resonate with that he would have turned okay, thank you. So he would have turned his hand to have gone and done anything that he possibly could. Okay. He was always looking to try and provide for everybody, and he would have done some really difficult jobs in the past just to put some money on the table. And you would always understand there was always bread and butter with everything. Okay. And you'd get what I mean about the old, you're from Denmark, you would love a region. Hello, Brigitte, stay with me. You've got beautiful energy. Gorgeous girl. Great. Granddad was a docker and a riveter. Ah, wicked. Okay. That makes sense then. Cause I was also seeing like a scene from Overboard where, if you know the film with, what's his name, Kurt Russell and Goldie Hawn. I was seeing when he was shoveling fish guts and whatever on my back there. So that makes perfect sense for you as well there. Okay. Your messages are always amazing and so accurate, so measurable. A lot of it, if I'm fair, it comes from you working with me in the energy. It really does. And what I'm doing, just for any of you watching, is I'm also looking inside your head. I'm seeing what they're showing me and what memories would pertain to you. Okay. So it's really beautiful. It's like a bridge that the spirit builds with you. And the more that you engage and the more that you kind of get excited and you enjoy the reading, the more the spirit will show me for you that's specific. And that's why my messages are so detailed, because spirit want to prove the existence of themselves, but they also want to give you memories, and they also want to help you and encourage you to work in that spiritual energy yourself. But yeah, he's coming through to you today and reminding you that the good old times where we used to get together and we would have had what they called a shindig. Okay, I'm not quite sure what is meant by that, but I feel like you'll understand everyone getting around the table together. I can also see Christmas times, okay, and I feel like you'll understand something about the party. Yes, definitely, but you'll understand what I mean by like the sticky tablecloth, if that makes sense. Okay, you'll get exactly what I mean by that, and just the yeah, like when things used to stick on the tablecloth for some reason, you'll understand it. And you'll I feel like one of your jobs when you was a small girl was you had to try and get the tablecloth clear for some reason. I don't know why, but you never really liked the tablecloth. I know this is weird to go on this tangent here, okay, all right, but I really feel like I know that my great granddad will always protect me. Irish roots, huge family, 3 sittings for Christmas dinner. Brilliant, okay. But I feel like that was your little job, Michelle. I do. I feel like your little job was to try and get like stuck gravy or what. But you also didn't like putting your arms on the tablecloth. You hated it, is what I'm being shown, because especially if it was sticky. And Michelle, you have this thing now where you don't like sitting at a dirty table in a restaurant. You're quite funny, but it actually originates and it comes back from when you were younger at the table. And I want to give you that because I feel like you've always wondered why you don't like sticky tables, and you're really funny. You don't like sticky floors. If you're not comfortable somewhere, you'll get moved to a different place in the restaurant. I'm just being shown that for you. Confirmation. Yes, totally. So, but I feel like, Michelle, you've always wondered why you don't like it. And I'm saying to you, it's because of Christmas, and it was your job to clean off like the side, so to speak. But he's got really beautiful energy. He really has. And you'll also remember when it comes to, like you're saying, he was painting, it's like stroke, stroke. And then it's about having something about having enough paint on the brush cuts in perfectly. Because if you don't put enough paint on the brush, when it comes to cut in the corner, that's what causes the streak and the strike. And you've got to make sure you load your brush up correctly. And you'll remember doing that. And then you'll also remember terps or white spirit. And you would remember that if you didn't put enough in, sometimes the paintbrush would go rock hard. I can see it for you. I can really and truly, I can really, really feel that in the energy tonight. Do you know that? And I'm laughing for you because I just feel like you'll get what I mean just by that, and sometimes having to like, bend the brush or whatever to try and get it working again. I feel like you've got that just coming through there. But what gorgeous, beautiful energy. And he just sends you a huge, massive smile. And he said, and reminder, okay, we haven't seen the best of you yet. And I also just want to give you this before I just sign off with you, okay? But I feel like you'll understand, like, there's a conversation that needs to be had, but you need to choose your timing. Was one of my granddad's painting of a boat, oil paint and smell of terps constantly. Beautiful that I could give you that, okay? But just to end here, okay? What he is saying to me is about this conversation. You need to have a conversation with somebody, and it will happen, but you don't need to force it. It will come up perfectly naturally and normally when it's meant to. And you know what he means by that. But you'll feel better when you've cleared the air and you've had this conversation. You'll feel so much better. And take your time, don't force it. Be honest, speak your truth, and clear your heart. You'll feel better for it. And I don't want to say any more than that, okay? But that is your reading, and I really hope that helps you in some way, and I hope it's made you smile, because I feel like it has. I feel like if I could see you, you just would be smiling and just be going, "Wow, I needed that." And I needed that too. Okay, so thank you so much. Gorgeous, beautiful energy. And yeah, that's yours, my darling. There you are, my sweet. That's yours. Okay, thank you ever so much, Michelle. And I really and truly hope that has helped you in some way. So amazing, cool, awesome. And Yvette's gone, that was so nice. Sharon, beautiful reading. Katie Roberts, just beautiful. Oh, thank you. Yes, thank you, Kel. Namaste. Beautiful. Oh, beautiful, amazing. And I love it when you guys are just listening, and thank you for being so polite on the messages and comments, and stuff and things. So Yeah, that's a beautiful one. That's a nice psychic reading to get started with, isn't it? And that's what I do. I'm always tapping into the highest energy. I'm always bringing through whatever it is that I feel like you need to hear on the night, if I'm honest. And it's just a really gorgeous environment to be part of just there. So that's beautiful. So who else would absolutely love something here this evening? Just let me know in the comments there when you've got your 40 seconds, in case it's just to wait. It's interesting how you do it. Born with it, to be fair. Mm. I've always been able to see spirit ever since I was tiny. I just got scared. And I've switched my gift off. Someone asked me the other day that. I've switched my gift off loads. Like, I have ran from my gift for most of my life, if I'm fair, because sometimes it's really scary, you know. Not now, it's not, but it used to be, because I used to be able to see inside people and I would know what was wrong with people. And I don't know, it was just really weird, especially when you're younger. You're like, you don't understand. Anyway, Sharon, I'd love to hear from Mom. She passed 2 years ago. Oh, let's do you, my lovely, shall we? I can feel that energy building around you. I do feel it's more psychic medium tonight. Oh, hey, Jill. Hey, gorgeous girl. How you doing, babe? Oh, Jill popped along. See, look at this beautiful little community of people. Brigitte, yes, please, an intuitive reading. Thank you so much. Oh, and Brigitte, do stay on from Denmark, lovely. I will definitely come to you. You've got some animal energy around you in a really beautiful way. I've got a really important message for you. Hey, Blackbird, thank you for tuning back in. Hey, girl, how you doing? Are you feeling a bit better? I really hope you are. And I know you were chatting to the lady from Australia. I really hope that conversation really helped you in some way. Anyway, and hello, Juanita. Thank you. So, Sharon, you'd love to hear from your mum, would you? Okay, cool. Let me just take a drink. You'd love to hear from Mom. As I tune into you, you ran from your gifts too, Kel. Embrace them all now. Beautiful, isn't it? Amazing. So as I tune into your mum, the first thing that I wanted to do was I wanted to rub my hands together and I wanted to go kind of goody. And I feel like as I tune into that energy, you'll understand Mum feels like she would have been very, the word I want to use is like demonstrative. Okay. So I feel like she would have talked with her hands and she would have kind of like gesticulated, so to speak. And but it also feels like with her, there would have been a level of confusion towards the end there, because I can just kind of feel that just slightly. And I feel like as she comes through, I want to just remind you of, like, when I was reading for that lady before, that we always come through in the best energy for you. My darling, has there been some a little bit of like you've wanted to hear from her, but you've also been a little bit scared to hear from her? Because I feel like, and okay, cool. All right. Because I really feel like you feel like you didn't do enough, or there's something that you didn't do. But I know that I need to connect with you tonight and I need to let you know, but everything you did was beautiful. We were estranged, yes, but I need to let you know that how you handled things was remarkable. Thank you. Okay. And you've learned a lot about your mum on her passing, and you would very much love if you could have a conversation with her today, for example. You've got lots of questions that you would have wanted to have asked her, and many unspoken things that were said. That's interesting. I feel like you've done a lot of healing. Would that sit with you, Sharon? Because I feel like you've done a lot of looking at like the mother wound, and I feel like you've really invested in things because you're able to see things from a different point of view. But it took her passing for you to see what it is that you can see now. But I really feel this sense of you've got like you've got a ton of unanswered questions, so to speak. I wonder if you ever sought like out a private mediumship reading. I don't know if that kind of sits with you at all, but I feel like you've got like a lot of questions and there's a lot of things that you really have discovered. And I'm not going to mention too many things here because this is a public forum. And if I'm honest, anybody could watch this, 5, 10 years later. So even though I can see things and I can see some sensitive information and stuff, it's not my place to speak about. But what I can say is, like, I feel like if you've ever read the book of Conversations with God, um, Donald Neil Walsh, he wrote the book and he asked many questions, and I feel like I can see that with you. You would also understand, though, that Mum found it very difficult to show her love, to show who she was as a person. Would I be right in that Mum kind of kept herself offset just a little bit, but more out of a protection, huge motherhood wound healing? And Sharon, thank you for talking to me throughout this as well. I really appreciate that. Okay, but um, yeah, because I really feel like Mum had a, and this doesn't make it okay, all right, but I feel like you'll understand. Like Mum had a difficulty of expressing how she was as a person. But I want to say that would have come and attributed from things that happened to her when she was younger. But let me give you this: it doesn't make it okay. It doesn't make it okay. It helps to heal, it helps to understand, and any of you on this live here tonight, if you've done generational trauma, you will understand that we're born with our mothers, our grandmothers, and our great grandmothers' genes before we even, crack an egg, so to speak. And I just feel like your mum is showing me that there was a volatile relationship that would have been with her dad, and I feel like her dad was very, very strict, and you'd know what I mean by that. Okay, she was a covert narcissist, yeah, but I also want to just attribute a little bit here towards, and I'm not asking you to find forgiveness because that's not my place to say, okay? But I feel like you're able to understand, because when we get into generational trauma, and a great book I've read is It Didn't Start With You by Mark Wong, okay? His surname is Wolynn, okay? Brilliant book, and it really helps you understand. And also, Sharon, I feel like, I don't know if you've done a geneogram at all. So, we do our family tree, okay? What is really great is to do like a geneogram, okay? And that's where you look at alcoholism, for example, in the line. You understand if there's been anything unperturbed. But I feel like your mum didn't have the best life. She didn't have parents that loved and cared about her. And I really feel like her mum was very indifferent to her too. But it doesn't make it okay. Like, and I know that's because I really want to say this. Like, as she comes through, she's like, I'm not asking for your forgiveness, but what she is saying to me is, maybe you can understand that she was the way she was, but I want you to know this: she had the opportunity to change, she had the opportunity to heal, but she didn't. She didn't. And that was the hardest thing for you, Sharon, because I feel like you have been healing. I feel like you have been working on yourself so hard. And I feel like you always wanted your mum to heal, and you used to pretty much beg her. Not like you would have been on hands and knees, but I feel like you used to be like, "But you're pushing, I'm doing all this healing, so why aren't you?" And I feel like sometimes your mum her mum's inner child will come out a huge amount, and I feel like she'd be quite catty, and she always wanted to put you in a box and make you feel small. But you've always been what you wanna call the black sheep of the family, and you're the one that's done the healing. But you're the one that's got the biggest heart, and you have such a beautiful, gorgeous heart. And I feel like you've actually found some compassion, you found some love for yourself, and I feel like you have some people around you now that genuinely see you for who you are. And I feel like you'll understand, and I feel like this sits with you actually. Can I give this to you? Okay. I feel like you understand that we pick our parents, okay? And you, Sharon, if I was having a coffee with you, girl, over there across the pond, you'd say to me, "Can't believe I picked her, but no, I did." Okay, and we do. We pick our parents. We choose when we're born. We choose our name. I don't know if any of you believe in that. Okay, but that's just something that I've always truly believed to be inherent for myself. But I really feel with you, like Sharon. There is this massive sense of sort of an injustice, because I feel like you want to say, "But what about me, mum? What about me?" Because I feel like you struggle with that one. I know you have. Definitely, I can understand that. Of course, Blackbird. It's difficult to me to get to my head around as well. It's like, well, why did I pick the parents that I did, that did what they did? But I just feel, just for you here, Sharon, really specifically and perfectly, like, it makes you who you are today, but I feel like there's still a bit of forgiveness for yourself that's needed inside of yourself, because you didn't do anything wrong. It wasn't your fault. Your mum was spiteful towards you. and you always wondered if she ever loved you. But I want to give you this, okay? But she didn't know how to love you. And if she showed that she cared, she didn't know how you would react. I feel like she was cold and she was indifferent. It was a tough one for you, wasn't it, girl? Eh? That was really, really tough with you. Yeah. You felt like you weren't enough, but you are. Same. Yeah, definitely. That's so right, so helpful. But you never did anything wrong. I I just feel like you want me to say that. So I feel like it's almost like she wants to give you an apology and she wants to say that she's sorry, but she doesn't think that you would accept that. So one of the things I'd love to suggest, okay, and see if this sits with you, and this really greatly helped me, is writing a letter to her. And I know you've been doing a lot with your your mother wound and stuff, and you've been working on that. But I feel like where you've got those open-ended questions, just put them and know that spirit will answer them through somebody, whether that be through me or that be through somebody. Okay. Because when we pose a question to the universe, so to speak, what happens is it's answered. Now, that could get answered in a video, it could get answered on social media. Somebody may walk past you and give you the answer. But just know, guys, whenever you start asking a question, spirit will work incredibly hard to be able to give you that answer. And that says you can't see my little thing here. It says 111 people that have been watching and 22 people in the last hour. So that I feel like that's important because you can't see my vidIQ score at the top, but at the top here it says 22 and 111, and I just saw that for you there. Okay. So yeah, I just really want to say that because I feel like just pose those questions out, write them down, because I feel like it's things like you want to say, like, why didn't you love me? What did I do wrong? And I feel like also sit with your higher self and just allow those answers to come through. Because I want to say, like, there is some closure needed. She was a hard woman. All right, Alea, great suggestion. Yeah. And what when I do letters, I always use a blue pen. And I always use a notepad. And what I always do, and I will always just start, put my pen on the paper. And this is one I learned from part of Your Reality group I'm part of, is don't take your pen off the paper until you've run out of steam and let it keep yourself writing. Okay. And just try that because I feel like there's still some forgiveness that is needed, but just know that it will come. But there's so many things that she would love to share with you. But again, I'm very aware that she's shown to me that this is a public platform, and she hopes that coming through to you in some way has helped in some context. And you want me just to give a very couple of very specific things, okay? I don't know why I want to ask you this, okay? Would that help with inner child work? Yes, it would definitely help with inner child work, 100%, okay? There's a couple of things I want to give you that are very specific. I don't know why, but I'm just going to go with this, okay? I want to take you back to a time, and I feel like you would understand something about learning to tie your shoelaces. You were shown once, and you were never shown again. And you were made to feel a fool of. You were made to feel like you should get things on the first go. She needs to apologize for that. I don't know why, but you'll understand. Loop, loop around the back through. You taught yourself your own song. You taught yourself your own way. And you've had to teach yourself pretty much your whole life, Sharon. I feel like you've had to go to friends, you've had to ask people, because it's like you were shown something, Sharon, and you were expected to get it instantly on the first go. But you never, and you always thought that you were a slow learner. You always thought that you were a dunce, or you always thought that you were stupid, but you weren't. Okay, never. Your mum should have shown you several times how to tie your shoelaces. She should have taught you things, but then she would belittle you and she would make you feel like you were small. And I feel like you lost your voice and you didn't really know what to say. And that's because she was ridiculed when she was a child. But again, it doesn't make it okay. Like, I need to keep saying, like, it doesn't make it okay that because she had a crap childhood, she passed it on to you. Because her responsibility, she was a no nonsense parent, right? One and done. Brilliant. Okay. but it was her responsibility to show you until you had learned. But you had to learn from other people. You had to learn from aunties, or family friends that we would have called aunties, to be fair. You had to ask people when it came to women's time because you didn't have a clue what to do. Your mum was very, very cold when it came to learning what to do to be a woman. Okay. When it would have come to like your, your puberty, so to speak. And she was very cold. She was very indifferent. And I feel like even if she would have hugged you, it would have been from a distance. It would have been kind of like an icicle, so to speak. Wow, amazing. Mm. Oh, huge hugs to you, Sharon. Definitely. I'm really, really proud of you though for the healing that you've done and to have got to this point. But like Katie just said there, journaling and letter writing, it has helped Katie massively. I've done, I don't know. I must have written 40, 50 letters to people in my time. I've written letters to my mum 6 or 7 times. My mum's still here to my knowledge. Haven't spoken to her in 5 years. But I've written a lot of letters to my mum just to get things off of my chest. Um, so yeah, I really feel like that would really, really help you. And it would be great if you would swing by again, Sharon, at some point and let us know how you do. But yeah, and my guides are just saying, like, it was never your fault, girl. Not ever. You were just raised by somebody who didn't know what love was and didn't know how to share it. And I want to leave you with this, and I feel like you'll get something here, okay? She was afraid that if she showed you how she would have loved you, that you'd think that she was weak. Can you take that? You'd think she was weak. There's something around because she didn't know how to react in love. She didn't know how to love somebody, but that doesn't make it okay. Yes, amazing. And if ever she would have had tears or been upset, she would just touch her eye. And then she would just almost very composed, very stiff lip. And if she heard of someone's passing, she would always just be, well, I hope, good life. It was a really good life, wasn't it? Sorry to hear that. So if she heard of someone's passing, she'd be like, sorry to hear that. Sorry to hear about that. I hope everyone concerned is well, that kind of thing. So anyway, that's yours anyway, Sharon. Thank you for letting me read for you. I hope it helped. I really do. But yeah, it was never your fault, my girl. And let us know how you get on. All right, that's yours, my darling. Thank you ever so much for being with me here today. And it's been really beautiful just to connect with you in this energy. So thank you for being here. That's amazing. Oh, thank you. Awesome. Wicked. Love, love, loving you. Pure Rasa has some great meditations. I've not listened to her for a long while. I used to listen to Pure Rasa 2021 when I kind of started doing quite a bit of my healing in 2021. Yeah, she's got some really great stuff. I used to listen to Michael Seeley and Jason Stevenson stuff as well. That's going back a long while now, that is. But yeah, and if I think about, I mean, there's so many amazing people on here on YouTube who create stuff from a spiritual capacity. Anyway, can you have an intuitive love reading if possible? Samina, I'm going to say, do you know what, lovely? I would really love to read for you privately. I've kind of felt into your energy in the past, and I feel like, that reading I gave you in the very beginning, I kind of feel like there's loads of stuff that I would want to say to you, but I know that I have to be very careful how things are said. And I feel like you'll understand why I mean what I mean. Okay, all right. Because I would love to just say something, but I don't know if that kind of sits with you at all. But I kind of feel like maybe if you can do a one-to-one with me, because I've got so much that I want to give you, but I feel like you have to be careful. I have to be careful what I say on a public platform, and I know you know what I mean by that. Okay, all right, my darling. Hello, Lily, 00012. Where are you from, my darling? You've got nice energy, and may you ask for a message, please. In general, you may, my darling. Yvette 952. I'd love an intuitive reading on love. Ha ha. I'm very curious. And Brigitte, I would still love to hear from you. Oh, and Brigitte, let's come to you. I did say I was going to come to Brigitte. I appreciate on why Dad has been coming through. Beautiful, Blackbird. You're Toronto in Canada. Oh, you've got gorgeous energy. Right, let me do Brigitte next. And Lily 00012, if you want to stop on the line, and Yvette 952, let me see if I've got something for you as well, my darling. All right, but Brigitte, I'm going to do you just next because I do believe you are from Denmark, I do believe, which is gorgeous. Mm. Let's see what we've got for you. Mm. You are a very intelligent person. And why do I feel sorting things out and indexing things with you is very important? I feel like routine, absolutely new. I'm open to learning. Oh, beautiful, brilliant. Stay with me. You're definitely in the right spot. I promise you. And if you've not subscribed yet, guys, it would be really great if you would, because then, hello, Maggie, you'll get notified when I go live again. And I'll pop up and some of my videos and teaching stuff will come up for you as well. Okay. But uh, Blackbird's also in Canada as well, so I'm pulling in the Canadian audience, which is gorgeous. Anyway, Brigitte, let's do yours. Yes, so I'm feeling with you the need to be very meticulous, very methodical, and get things sorted. And why do I feel like going through an address book or going through cards, going through something and putting things in order? And I feel like for you, you like to have a start, a beginning, a middle, and an end. You feel like you're quite a punctual person, but you're also somebody that is lovely to be around. You're great at you're really great at holding people's attention and getting people with you, so to speak. And I just feel like your energy feels one of very wise, and there's a lot of wisdom that sits with you. And I feel like you'll understand this is not your first rodeo on earth, girl. Okay. I don't like to use that terminology, but I feel like you are an old hat at earth. I feel you're like back here again. I'm doing earth again. Oh God, crikey. Have I not done earth enough? I'm both structured and a storyteller. But you are a great laugh to be with, okay? But I feel like you do take you do take things in jest, but sometimes you have to catch yourself, okay? I feel like you've worked quite hard around sarcasm, not yourself, but she is. Oh, Sarah, you know her. I did wonder. Do you know that? I was like, I wonder if that's someone who's connected with Sarah Ware, which is really beautiful. Okay. But yeah, no, I feel like you've worked really hard on people being sarcastic with you. Okay. And I feel like you'll just say something like it's the lowest form of wit or something like that. Okay. But you really are like a legend. I feel like once met, Bridgie, you're never forgotten. I don't know if I said your name right, by the way. Okay. If I haven't, please tell me. I'm so sorry. I have a go at trying to pronounce people's names. All right. Okay. But yeah, and I feel like you have a certain way about you, you have a certain flair. And I also feel like you'll understand. Again, when I come back to routine, it's like you always do the same thing in the morning, but you always know where you are. And I love that about you. It's like you always get up at the same time. You always have your morning drink exactly the same way. But you also have learned to slow down a lot. You pronounce it perfectly. Brilliant, brilliant. Thank you. Okay. But I feel like you've learned to slow down a lot and you've really learned to value your time. And what I love about you is you only have good people around you now. Okay. You're very specific about that. And you don't allow lower energies around you, but you used to. You've done a lot of work on yourself as well. And obviously, you would have done if you know Sarah, because I know Sarah's done a huge amount of work on herself. But I feel like you're proud of the woman that you are. And I feel like, if anything, like you advocate for yourself really well. Um, and I also want to say, like, I feel like you don't mind going for a meal on your own. You're happy. And I've got to say this, like, in general, a woman, yes, true, I've slowed down, but I want to say like this, like a woman who is happy to go to a restaurant on her own and sit quietly and eat in a crowd full of people is a woman to watch, because it means she's truly comfortable with herself. That's what it means. And I just feel that, and I feel like you're very observant. I feel like you know what people are about before people tell you. Your intuition has come on so much. And I feel like you've been really learning to trust your intuition in a huge way, like you never have before. And I feel like you're like, why haven't I been doing this my whole life? And I feel like there's been very much two sides to you. I feel like there's the life that you had before, kind of like an awakening, and then there's the life that you've got now. And it's very different to what you have. I feel like in the past there's been a bit of a mundane life. We all have to do it, love. Okay, all right, okay. But there's also this part of you now, since you're kind of like you're awakening, so to speak, where you're almost enjoying what life has to offer, but you're doing the things that you want to do. You don't let people dictate to your life anymore. You're like, no, if I don't want to go and do that, I'm not going to go and do that. But if I want to go and do something, I'm going to go and do it. And I feel like there's still that element of surprise to you. Do you know that there's still that, oh, let's go and do it. And I feel like if anything, you talk Sarah into stuff. I do, honestly. Are you like a little, are you like the little devil on her shoulder going, shall we? Shall we go and do that? And I want to say, like, Sarah, did you tell her about Alan that I spoke to you about? You must have done, because and I know for those of you who were here last week, and if you haven't, go and see it. I did a really beautiful reading for Sarah at the very beginning of last week's recording, where I described the guy that she's going to meet perfectly. And if I know Brigitte, she's been trying to hunt him down. I tell you, honestly, I feel like you two are in collusion with each other. I really do. I feel like you're like, so he's got a ponytail, he's got grey hair, he's got blue eyes, he's into the spiritual community. Girl, we're going to find him. I don't know if that's right at all, but I literally feel it. And your life has changed so much since September 2022, but for the better. How amazing and incredible is that, though? Because I really feel that. And I feel like also, you're into a bit of writing, like not it feels like memoirs for some reason. Do you keep a daily diary at all? I don't know why I want to say that, but I feel like something about capturing your thoughts. And I feel like, have you been entertaining, like trying to control your dreams a little bit, and maybe a bit of lucid dreaming, if that makes any sense at all? Because I feel like, for any of you into lucid dreaming, what's really brilliant is being able to write down your dreams. And the more that you write down your dreams, the more that you learn to control them, and the more that you learn to recall stuff really great. I mean, I recall all of my dreams pretty much every single night. But gee, I really just want to say that, like, because I feel like you want to get better at that side of you. And I feel like the other bit that I'm picking up for you, Bridgie, is there's this whole he, and yes, she has many ideas for me, but I asked her to write down her dreams. Awesome, wicked, Sarah. You're being outed there, Bridget. You know that, okay? But yeah, no, I feel like for you, Bridgie, there is this sense of like there's this whole life that you're just discovering. You started writing your dreams, brilliant, last week, awesome. And are you finding your dream recalls better? I also want to say there is a guy on here. He's got brown hair and brown eyes. He's a star seed. I love him. He teaches you how to do lucid dreaming. I think he's called Lucid Dreamer or something. But what I want to say is, if you want to get into lucid dreaming, use the wake back up method. Okay, so you go to sleep for 4 hours, then you set your alarm. So I always go to sleep roughly about 10 o'clock at night. Unless, I mean, I won't tonight, obviously. I didn't go to sleep till midnight on Wednesday. But in general, I'm usually going to sleep at, like, I went to sleep at like 1 minute past 10. So I always set my alarm if I want to lucid dream for 4 hours later. So that'll be 2 a.m. I wake up, I go to the loo, and I get back in bed. And then I literally fall back to sleep, and I know I'm going to lucid dream. And that's my method that I use. And I also spoke on a previous live about using the backpack technique. I think that was again last Wednesday. I spoke about that. So I want to give you that around your dreams just there as well for you, Bridget, because I really feel like there is this world, there is this life that you've missed out on, which is very spiritual, which is very beautiful. And I feel like you'll understand. We learn to create our life with intention. And I feel like that's what you're doing. Okay, creating the life that you've always wanted. Would you also understand? I want to say Amsterdam for some reason, but I don't know why. But it's either that, or I want to take you to a cafe kind of place. Thank you for that advice about lucid dreaming. No worries. Okay. It's what works best for me. All right. You have a wonderful laugh, looking for situations where it can have deep belly laughs. Oh, you've not heard me really laugh. You should hear me and Katie when we're on the phone to each other. Sometimes we have a right little chuckle, don't we, Gal? I don't know if she's still watching or not. At least she's got internet now. Katie went missing for a little bit. She swapped her internet provider and she was missing in action. Oh dear, dear, dear. But anyway, back to you, Bridgie. What they're just showing me is I don't know. I want to say like it's either Paris or it's Amsterdam or it's Venice. It's one of those three. But there's something about sitting on a cafe, French Riviera, thank you. Sitting on a cafe near the French Riviera and drinking, having a small drink. And there's something about a guy walking past with a newspaper. Pardon, may we? Something like that. He speaks to you. And there's a man you're going to meet if you go there. Pardon. Excusez. Something I can hear him. Oh, I don't know why I'm getting that for you. Have you got any plans to go to France at all, to the French Riviera? Does that sit with you, Brigitte, for some reason? I don't know why, but they're showing me this and they're giving me because they're showing me the movie of Private Benjamin when she dated a man in France. That's how I know. And that's how I get messages for you, by the way. I see things that I've seen, watched, or heard in my life that they show me in the head that I then give to you. But they were just showing me specifically, like sitting near the French Riviera and sitting near the river, and I don't know whether you and Sarah are thinking of going on a trip or something. Interesting. No, no plans yet. Okay, cool. Can I give that to you? It's like a little flea in your ear, though. I don't know why, but I feel like there might be some cheap flights or something. I'm not saying you're going to meet anybody, but I don't know if that feels like a place of interest, like what we call a POI. But there's something about that. And there's something about you writing a lot more as well. And what is it about a little locket with you? There's something about a little locket with a photo in. What have you got a really good nail that you're able to open? You've got a really good thumbnail and you're really able to open like necklaces or something. I don't know why, but like for example, you'd be able to open like a really good necklace. But they're just showing me a gold locket. Do you know about something from your grandmother or your grandma? A gold locket, and it had a picture in it. And one picture was missing and the other picture had something in it. I'm going to give that to you as well, and you understand why I'm going to give you that. But you have gorgeous energy, you really do. And there are so many amazing and incredible things that are going to happen for you in the future. And you're going to meet some really lovely people. And I also want to say, like, I feel like you can hold your own in a group of people now very, very well. I've been called to write for many months. Beautiful, because I'm really strongly picking that up for you. Obviously, I know that you're friends with Sarah, and Sarah's an author, but because I'm going with memoirs for you, because they're showing me memoirs of a geisha. I don't know what that is, but they're just showing me that, and it's like pen to paper. But I also want to say, like, I feel like you write really well by a river. Maybe that's why I'm giving that to you as well. Are you drawn to water at all? And because I also want to say, I don't know if like any painting has come your way, but it just feels like a calmer way of life, like expression and articulating yourself in the best way possible. And I really feel that for you. Do you know that? There's like this huge artistic flair, so to speak, to you. And it's this untapped potential that is coming through you. But you have so many. Yes, love water. Beautiful, brilliant. I feel like that's where you get your inspiration. Do you know that? And have you done watercolors and also oil painting? Sarah, that comes through for you as well. Oils, love. Because I know you're friends, okay, but there's something about oils as well. And there's something about birds. Birds flying overhead. It's like I can see this scene for you. Do you know that? Really beautiful. I don't know. Are you ladies called to go on like some kind of like spirit? Yeah, yes. Ha ha. Watercolor, beautiful. Are you ladies called to go on like some kind of like spiritual? I'm not an author yet, but I remember you said that writing is something I love. Oh, Sarah, you're an author in my book, love. You're already an author. You'll publish me in my book. I'm ahead of you in your timeline. But yeah. And I don't know why, but I feel like whether you're called to come on like some kind of spiritual writing, something like that. I feel like there's a reason you found your way here, you see, and that was for me to give you that little sort of spark, so to speak. But yeah, really, really feeling that massively for you. Some kind of like spiritual retreat where you get to do your painting, you get to go and be by the water. Um, yeah, a bit of gentle stretching, some yoga, that kind of stuff. Sarah, it could be where you meet your man. I don't know. Who lives on a boat from Amsterdam? I take it that's something between. Oh, do you know what? I tell you, nothing gives me greater joy than actually doing these lives. These are beautiful, especially when I've got people on who know each other. It's really gorgeous. And I love how we're building this community of people, and it's just gorgeous. It really is, you know. I think sometimes it's really nice just having a small few people all coming together, so to speak. But I want to give you that, my darling, because I feel like that's really important. But just know there's so many more incredible and amazing things to come for you. There really is. And there's something about a string of pearls. But never lose your sense of humor because it's amazing, and always be true to yourself. Always be your authentic self. You have a really lovely sense to you. Um, and there's nothing wrong with routine. Even if Sarah winds you up, okay, there's nothing wrong with routine whatsoever, not in any way, shape, or form. Because you know where you are, right? You're punctual. And I feel like also, Brigitte, you'll understand you always dress very, very well. You always have meticulous attention to how you look, and you love like a little scarf or something around you. I feel like I want to give you that as well, my darling. And that's yours. Anyway, I hope that helps you, Brigitte. Thank you. And Sarah, thank you for bringing her along. I really appreciate that. Honestly, I really do. So thank you. There you go, ladies. That's beautiful. Thank you. Awesome. And if any of you on here, you know, that are also watching, or you're just listening and lurking in the background, okay, if you do know anybody, please share my live with them, okay. So even after this one, I'm not sure my next one is. My guys haven't told me yet, but they will. I'll post another one. And like I say, if you subscribe, you'll see it pop up when I'm next going to be live, and you can get notified. And then you can share that link with someone else. Because I think, Katie, you were going to share it with your sister, weren't you? So yeah, I love this reading, Bridget. Thank you so much. And don't forget, this reading is available for you to watch back. So it takes YouTube about 12, 13 hours to process it. Okay. And then you can watch it back. So it's really beautiful that you have the opportunity to be able to watch your reading again. Even in like a year's time, you can come back and go, oh my God, Kel said that. You know, so when you've had a reading, what I would also suggest, and I'm just seeing this for any of you, is add it to your playlist. Then you've always got it. Okay. And you'll always be able to just go back and watch it again if you want to. All right. So you've always got it, and you haven't got to go to Kel's page. If you save it to a playlist, it's all worked out for you. All right. Yes, I worked out how to share. Beautiful, Katie. That's amazing. Michelle, I saw you just remove something there, but yes, it is Lionsgate. When is it? It's today, isn't it? It's a week today, isn't it? It's the 8th of the 8th. I was in Cornwall on the 8th of the 8th last year. It was amazing. In 12 days, there's the eclipse in Mallorca. I don't know if that also makes a difference on the energy. I used to play into all that energy stuff, you know that, but I really don't. I used to think that all the solar flares and stuff really affected me and whatever. I'm not saying it doesn't, but really and truly, I just work on sort of being myself. But I do know that, like, for example, everyone says 8-8 is massive. I did some really amazing things on the 8-8 last year in Cornwall with somebody. So anyway, this is where we are so far. So who else is in the chat and who would also love something else to have here? Because I've done, is it 4? I've done 4 readings, I think, so far, which is just beautiful. I know, Yvette, you're also here and you wanted something. But is there anybody else here this evening that hasn't already said hello that would love to just pop across and say hello? Hello, Joseph. Hello, new subscriber. Can I have a message, please? Oh, Joseph, you've got a lovely energy to you. Oh, Joseph, you've got a really nice energy to you. Oh, I said Lily 00012. See, look at that. See, I'm glad you guys are listening, aren't you? Now, I was going to read for you, Lily, wasn't I? So let me come to you. Joseph, stay with me. You've got a lovely energy to you, and I do need to read for you. If you want to stay on the line, please stay with me. Okay. So let's do Lily. What is it you wanted? Let me just scroll up. What did you say? You said you're a new viewer and you're open to learning, and you are from Toronto in Canada, and you just want a general message. I believe that's what you said. And you wanted a message about love. Okay, cool. Got you, wicked. And Blackbird just there. Okay, cool. So, right, let's see what Lily's got. You are Toronto in Canada. You've got a lot of old energy around you. You've really been exploring your roots, haven't you? And do you know what? Weirdly, I've got the world map here, just on this mat. You can't see it, but my housemate bought me a mouse map pad, which is the whole of the world here. And as I tuned into your energy, I looked down at the word Egypt for you. And I really feel like learning about who you are and your heritage. And I don't know why, but I feel like you really resonate with times gone by. Does that sit with you? Wow. I feel so XA. Okay. But you have like an older wisdom energy to you, but what they're showing me is it's untapped. And I don't feel like you've truly explored who you are in every way, shape, and form. But I want to say to you, like, trust what you feel, not what someone tells you. And I really need to say that to you. Something about learning to trust your intuition and knowing it doesn't have to rationally make sense to anybody but you. I mean, called to Egypt, and yes, I studied anthropology, remote viewing, beautiful. Okay, because I for some reason, I really want to say, ignore what anybody else says. Your truth is your truth. And you have to remember that teachings are based on somebody else's theory and somebody else's philosophy. Because I really feel like some of the stuff that you've read, some of the stuff that you've watched, you don't resonate with it and you know it's not right. But I want to say this, that's okay. And everybody has their own interpretation of what they believe to be correct. But I feel like what I'm hearing for you, and can I give you this from like a channeling perspective, is don't doubt what you see, feel, and hear, my child. Know that everything that you see, feel, and hear is true and what is particular to you. You are a very, very special soul. You don't even know half of your abilities, and half of it is what you're able to do. But you're being called, you're being summoned. Listen to those summons, listen to those callings. People are looking for you. It's time to be part of a group, it's time to be part of a community of people. You know it's time, you know the numbers are turning, you know the cogs and the wheels are turning. You know your eyes are being drawn, you know you're looking for things. But don't you see, my child, that when you stop looking, those things step forward, those things come to you? For if you are always looking and you are always seeking, you shall never find what is immediately meant for you in front of you, just there. Take your time and trust that everything is aligning, everything is coming to you as is meant to be. Everything is finding its way to you. Trust in us, we have you. But it is time. That was just channeled for you completely, totally channeled for you in every way, shape, and form. But I can't remember it. That's how I know it was challenged. That's how I know it was channeled. But yeah. So just tuning into it a bit more there. I feel the community. I feel the need to work with people, specifically remote viewing capacity. I can do remote viewing. My remote viewing came back yesterday. Yeah, yesterday. Because I switched my remote viewing ability on and off, and it kind of scared me a little bit what I saw a little while ago. But when it comes to remote viewing, I really feel like you'll understand working in a group of people. Are you part of a group of people? There is a group on Facebook that do target coordination remote viewing. And I feel something with that for you, most definitely. But I also feel like, have you come across the look at Jack? Can you see that? Nothing like a dog having a stretch just there for you, right? You know? Isn't he cute, eh? You gotta love him, innit? Eh? Hey, Jack. Yeah, you gonna say hello? There you go. No, I'm not in a group. I jump in and out, but yes, sometimes feel like an outlier. Beautiful. Okay. I don't know why I just came to Jack for you. Something just showed me Jack. Anyway, yes, because I really feel like Jack is basking in your energy. He loves it, honestly. I really feel just with you there, Lily, if I can, okay. But I feel like when there's a group of you that work together, the energy is stronger and it pulls more things towards you. And I really feel like those of you that have found your way here, you will know it's about community. You will know it's about working here. I mean, many of you are returning. I mean, this is Sarah's fourth visit. Okay. And Jill, you were here last week as well. Yvette, you keep tuning in as well. Sharon, this is your second pop on. Michelle, I really hope you come back and see us again. And I hope you have subscribed, you know. But I feel with you, Lily, you don't need to be on your own anymore. Like, it's safe to just trust, to allow people to come towards you. And it's okay to shine, show your gift, show the things that you can do. And yes, Blackbird 5138, this is what I say. The more that you heal your inner child and the more that you heal parts of you, the more that your gifts will come online. Okay. I promise you, the more it's specifically linked to your inner child. Okay. So your inner child is the part of you that learned not to trust your intuition. Okay. So when you do actually start trusting your intuition, that's massively when your inner child will start to come through. And then that's when your intuition will really, really start to massively improve. Yes, you subscribed after watching your last live. Thank you, my darling. Okay. You had quite a few things come back. It's very cool and a little scary. Embrace it. Blackbird, you're being shown it because you're doing so much parts work. Like Katie has been doing so much parts work. Blackbird 5138, I know you're doing loads of parts work, my girl. You know, I'm so proud of you. And I'm so thankful that I got to read for you in January and I got to read for you, a month ago as well. It was beautiful to see your improvement in the 2 readings that I've done for you since just then, you know, incredible. But yeah, just Lily, you've put, can I ask, is it mainly a community in remote viewing or spiritual in general? I've got remote viewing for you. Because as you said it, I felt like this is where you need to learn to trust what you've got over what, let's say, someone else is getting. Because when it comes to remote viewing, nobody can quantify what you're seeing in the remote view, only you. But it's brilliant. It's beautiful to remote view. I did some yesterday. I did it twice yesterday. I did some remote viewing yesterday. It was really, really gorgeous. Just practiced a little bit. You know, what was it I could see and that kind of stuff. So, yeah. And I really feel like your message today is about being comfortable amongst people. Like, again, they would want to say to you, you don't need to be alone, my child. Alone makes you weak. Alone makes you poor. Together in a community, together the energy is stronger. The harness, the pull. People are searching for you. You're searching for people, but it's safe to express. It's safe to be yourself. Know that. It's safe to show up truly 100% you in every way, shape, and form. You're very gifted. You may find opposition from others, but sometimes others may have jealousy towards you. Sometimes others may not feel what you feel, but that's okay because we all have to learn and we all have to start somewhere. But you are being guided. And now is your time. Yeah, definitely. That's definitely what I've got for you, 100%. And again, that came for you, just there for you, my love. You know, staying grounded is so important in chakra balancing. Yeah, 100%. Yeah, totally. Would always agree with that. But it has really been the parts work massively that's, made a massive difference. And you've put, well, thank you so much. I really felt it. Oh, beautiful. Thank you, Lily. I really hope that's helped you. Yeah, it just feels really, really strong, really beautiful, gorgeous energy that's just being sent through to you. It's specifically the coordinate remote viewing that you'd be very good at. You know, when they give you like the 52L by the 116N and they give you, square 4, you'd be really good at that. I was going to join in a group with that. There is a guy called Tony Rodriguez on Patreon. He does remote viewing in groups collectively, and I think you pay a few dollars. but he's really great at remote viewing, brilliant remote viewing. Um, and I just felt that for you. And again, the Egypt sign, because I feel like you'd understand. Like I feel like you resonate with Ra, the god of sun. You know, the son of the god, if that's what it's called. But they're just showing me Ra, Ra for you. And I feel like you'll understand hieroglyphics and stuff. And I feel like you can even read that to some degree. And you've definitely got ties there with like Lemuria just coming through. I'm just seeing that. But you would know that you would know that this is a journey of remembrance. You're all on this journey of remembrance, guys, all of you. You're all remembering where you came from. And there's no mistaking that you all find yourself here together today. Because it's time to remember. It's time to awaken. And you guys had to go first. And some of you have had really hard childhoods for a reason, so that you appreciate and love things more now. And that's just gorgeous for you. And that's what I want to give you. There you go, Lily. Let us know how you get on, my darling. All right. It would be really beautiful to hear from you again in the future, and let us know how you're getting on. And hopefully you're subscribed, my darling. But yeah, I just really feel that community coming together. Yeah. And you're going to meet some beautiful people. So again, just trust in your intuition, my darling. Okay. Just trust where you're drawn. Trust who it is that you are, you want to go to. And just know you'll find exactly the right people when you're meant to. All right. That's yours, Lily. There you go. Thank you. That's beautiful for you just there. There you are, my darling. Thank you. And I really hope that's helped you. How amazing is that? Gorgeous, gorgeous, beautiful readings tonight, ladies. Thank you for being here. And I don't know if we still got Joseph here. I'm not too sure. Is anybody else out there neurodivergent? I don't know. You guys would have to just answer if you are. Maybe I am. I'm not 100% sure, to be honest. I would say we are all unique. I would, genuinely, honestly. Sometimes I think we can tend to over-label ourselves a little bit, but I prefer unique expression of who we are, I think. But, if you're neurodivergent, you are. That's totally perfect. That's totally cool. Hello, Joseph. You're still there, are you, my darling? Did you want a little reading there, Joseph? Because you do have really nice finesse energy. You've got really, really lovely energy. And yeah, you're on a journey. Let me know, Joseph, if you are open to having something. Yes, I feel labels also a form of limit. The only thing I'll say on when you label yourself, and just see if you guys will take this, okay? Whatever you say you are, the matrix has to show you are. Okay, so if you believe you are, the matrix, remember, is a computer simulation that you're living inside. Okay, and if you say that you are this, then the matrix will give you circumstances to prove you believe that's what you are. So that's why I try and stay away from any labels whatsoever. My name is Kel. I'm 46 years old, and that's who I am. Yes, I'm a psychic medium or whatever, but yes, I just wanted to bear that in mind. And Joseph, yes, you're open to it. Wicked. Let's read for you because you have genuinely beautiful energy. So Joseph, as I tune into you, I feel like it's no mistake that you found your way here. So first off, thank you. You're most welcome to be here in this space tonight. I do want to say with you, I feel this very much you being a teacher, a mentor, and a tutor to people in the future. Okay. I feel a massive amount of young men wishing to work with you. I don't know. Are you a teacher in any capacity? I don't know why I want to say it, but I really feel like you've got a really lovely way about you. Like you're very polite. You're very well informed. You're very well researched. You know what it is that you say, and you stand up for yourself. And I really see you helping younger men. And I feel like in some way, shape, or form, Joseph, you will understand that you really do resonate with wanting to help people, wanting to make the world a better place. And I feel like you really, there's really something in you about learning to love the unique expression of who you are. And it's okay that you're different. It's okay that you're not out partying and clubbing and doing everything with everybody else. Because I really feel like when you learn something to the best of your ability. And but I want to say that that's okay. I don't know why, but when we're talking about neurodivergent and sometimes you can really get into things, I want to say that that's okay. Because I feel like when you're researching something, you can lose hours, but you're fascinated and you've got a very articulate brain. Katie, I feel like you're picking up on stuff with Joseph as well for me there, my darling. Okay. Because I really feel like you have this articulate brain and I can almost see you. Yeah, again, just like, I don't know why, but just like in fruit of a group of men. And I feel like you're able to hold their attention. And they're just showing me that. And this ability to just be yourself. But you've got a really beautiful, calming, masculine energy as I tune into you. And I feel like you'd understand that kind of like how masculines are portrayed is, everyone talks about the alpha male, but the alpha male doesn't make a feminine woman feel safe and secure. What makes a woman feel safe and secure is someone who's comfortable in who he is, who's soft in his energy, who is like a mountain, so to speak, and who is able to hold his own and just be who he is. And I really feel that with you. I'm picking up on healed masculine energy too, and I feel like that's why you found your way here. I feel like you'll understand, like, there's something about you showing the world who you are as a person, Joseph. Just know I'm really feeling that for you. And just world needs more of that, Joseph. Yes, definitely. It doesn't need more alpha male. It doesn't need more men that going down the gym and apparently, 50-50 relationships. No, what we need from more people like Joseph is we need people to lead, really. That's what makes a feminine woman feel secure and safe, is when a man makes decisions, when he goes and plans the date, when he turns up when he says he will. He doesn't over communicate, but he's open. Because I feel like, Joseph, you're very open, you're very comfortable in your own skin, but it's taken you a good long while to get there. And I feel like you see other examples of it. And I feel like one of the things that I've seen with Joseph, I feel like you don't like it when you see a woman put down in public. You don't like seeing a woman dissed. But you don't, so you are really an observer, you're a watcher. And you would only say something and step in when it was needed to. You have a very calming presence about you. But again, they're showing me this this need to teach people and show people stuff. Because I feel like I can see you maybe with like a whistle around your neck. And I feel like you don't need to shout either. Just your presence and just you standing there. And I can see that. And it's almost like, when people are trying to control a classroom full of people, what I feel is like when you just stand there and you just are. Because sometimes we don't need to speak words to get our presence across. And I really feel that for you, Joseph. They're showing me that for you. I don't know if that resonates at all with you, but yeah, you have this kind of elder energy and a very relaxed way about you. And I feel like you keep like a little notebook or something and you write bits and pieces down. You're very, very good. What have you said? I am trying to raise a healthy masculine. We need more healthy adult masculine energy. Yes, definitely. I love that. Thank you. I'm a telecoms engineer and teach too. Interesting to hear the talk of neurodiversity on here, as I'm ADHD, autism, and never been able to find my true group of people. Oh, Joseph, you're more than welcome in this group of ladies here, my darling. Honestly, I'm glad you teach. I really am glad. But let me do definitely say, Joseph, you do have gorgeous masculine energy. You feel very, very safe. And that in a world like that today, that's rare. But you do. A new group of people's coming. It is. I feel like you resonate better with women though than you do men, and that's okay. Because I feel like you just don't resonate with the alpha male industry. You don't. Katie says, yes, I can see Joseph's passion when learning to and guiding other males. You've been on a real journey yourself. You inspire people without realizing. Lovely energy, Joseph. Oh, Katie, that's gorgeous that you picked up on that too. And Sarah says she loves it, Joseph. Yeah, I want to say though, I really feel like boys 13, 14, 15 are being shown to me for you, Joseph, because I feel like, again, just know you standing there, you being there, and you don't have to shout, because a masculine who needs to shout has lost his voice. Because that's the thing, isn't it? When you're with somebody, when either one of you begins to shout, you've lost control of the conversation. And I see that for you. And I really feel like, as well, you'll understand, with you being on the ADHD autism spectrum, you'll understand what I mean about, there's a group of young men that really are very, very lost. And especially with the stuff that's on social media, because it's very hard when you're kind of a younger teen. And I know, you, Blackbird 5138, you've got a young man in your midst, and you're trying to, and he's got lovely energy, your boy has. But it's very difficult, isn't it, trying to control what they are perceiving and seeing on social media, for example. But yeah, because I can also see you like in like a community center kind of environment as well, Joseph. Mm. There's some beautiful things coming for you. Do you know that? There really are. And you're comfortable in your skin. And that's something that's not easy to teach people, really and truly. So I love that for you. Yeah. I feel like you're smiling, and I feel like I can see you smiling and grinning just now. That's so true. I get on well more with women than I do with men. The industry I work on can be an interesting group of males to work in, laugh out loud. I feel that. But I feel like that's why I probably mentioned the whole alpha male thing, and the sometimes how, you've got men that they just try and be too big, so to speak, and it doesn't make a woman feel. And I feel like you'll understand when you've got men, whistling or whatever, just giving a woman a woof whistle or something. It's just not the way it is. So you keep being you, keep being you, and look more at the teaching side of it, definitely. And I don't know why, but maybe putting together something yourself. Because the thing is, and I want to say this, okay, sometimes we're always waiting for opportunities to arise, but sometimes we have to make those opportunities arise ourselves, right? That's what we have to do. That's what's really important. Because we can't always wait for people to just make opportunities. And I want to give you that, Joseph. I don't know if Saturday mornings sit with you and finding a little community centre or something somewhere, but just know it's coming for you. Just being able to help, men and younger boys, definitely. That's yours, Joseph. Anyway, I really hope that helps you. You're more than welcome. And we'd love to see you back here again at some point. I usually go live on Wednesdays, to be fair. This is my first ever Saturday as a trial, to see what it was like. And we'll see if I do it again. I don't know. But we usually meet on a Wednesday, if that's of any use to you, at this time at 9 p.m. I mean, it's currently 22:22 it is here at the moment in the UK. So it's 10:22 p.m. here in the UK. So we usually meet on a Wednesday at 9 p.m. So this time slightly an hour earlier, slow to speak. But that's yours there, Joseph. And I really hope that helps you. So that's a good one there just for you. Awesome. Cool. So I've got time for one more before I go. So who else? So I really don't want to bother. Could I ask her to be the next on the reading? Yvette, let's do yours. You've been ever so patient, haven't you, lovely? Hey, just as I said that. Thank you for your kind words, but they respect who I am. Naively, I expect others to be the same, I guess, but this has been reaffirmed our differences. Mm. Just keep being you, Joseph. I really feel that for you. There's many, many, many good things to come for you, most definitely. Yeah, there is. Mm. Beautiful energy, Joseph. You have really. Yvette, anyway, you wanted, what did you want? I think, did you want love, my darling? Is that what you were asking for? I think that's what you were asking for, wasn't it? You put, that's true. Labels are a limit. I'm sure you wanted a loved one. I'm sure you did. Oh, yeah, love, you did. Yes, you did. Okay, cool. I was curious about love. Yes. Oh, let's see what we've got for you. Um, Do you know, as I sit with love for you, I feel like I will look into this, would love to help others. Thank you for your time and lovely to read, lovely read. And to Katie, oh, that's beautiful, Joseph. Pleasure. So, Yvette, as I tune into your energy, do you know what I hear for you is love to learn thy neighbor, love to learn to love thy neighbor, and learn to love thyself first. And I really feel that that sits deep within inside of yourself. And I want to say, how much work have you been doing on cultivating your inner experience to get your external experience to match? Let me see this. Let me hear this. Let me see this for you. Okay. But I really feel like that whole, you're coming from a lack space. You're coming from you don't feel like you have it. Therefore, you can't have it, because that's how creation works. That's how manifestation works. And I sit back here a little bit further for you, because I really, just as I tune into your energy there, I feel like there's this need to flip things inside of yourself. Was lovely to see you. Hope you have a wonderful sleep, Kel. Please take care. All. Oh, you off, are you? Take care. See you soon, Blackbird 5138. Thank you for stopping by. Okay. But yeah, Yvette, for some reason, I'm feeling like you'll understand, but the inner creates the outer. Like, for example, do you date yourself? Do you treat yourself with kindness, care, and compassion? What do you do for yourself? Do you buy yourself presents? Do you buy yourself clothes? Do you buy yourself things? Because what I'm feeling for you is, when we're always looking out there, we're missing that we've got to put it inside here first. That's how reality creation works, on the basis of whatever is going on here. Yes, right now I'm working a lot on myself. Beautiful. So I want to say, like, it's what you dream inside of here must be shown externally out there. But all the while that we're looking out there for somebody, we've not got it in here first, because we're saying we don't have that person, and that creates the lack. And I really feel, as I tune into that love there, I want to say, but can I say this honestly? You're not quite there just yet, but you're not too far off. But you don't have to be perfect to call someone into your reality. Bye, Jack. But just a little bit more work on yourself. Learn to love yourself. Like, I honestly want to say this. Like, that's why I feel like my best friend. Beautiful. Okay. But do you date yourself? Okay. I do. And Katie does. Well, Katie used to. I don't know if she still does. Okay. But I made a point of taking myself out for dinner, because that's what I would do if I was in a relationship with somebody. And the more that you start to live like you're in a relationship with somebody, the more that must then come towards you. But you have to feel all of that inside of yourself first to call that towards you, so to speak. But, like, for example, if you're happy being on your own and you're happy being in your own energy, you're going to keep creating more of that, because that's what the universe has to give you, what your focus is, so to speak. And I really feel for you, like, I'm hearing the go and buy yourself some flowers, girl. Treat yourself. And how would it feel to have someone in your life? How would it feel to have that person always with you? And I mean, there's a great person on here that I did follow for a good while. I thought I was doing it, but it always feels like maybe it's not enough. But at the same time, I know I am enough. That's why I'm saying you have to reach that place of certainty. Because once you reach that place of, well, the universe has to match your inner experience, it can't not be that way. But what happens is, when we pop into that doubt and when we go looking externally for the answer, that just misses where we are right now. There's a really great lady called Shelley Bullard on here on YouTube, and she is amazing at helping people get into relationships and feel like you're in the moment and bringing it towards you. And she manifested her husband, she manifested her baby, and she manifested all of her money. She's a really great person. I've done 3 of her courses, I think, if not 4 of her courses, and they really have helped me massively build a really beautiful life for myself. So I'm just seeing her as someone that could also really help you. But yeah, and I feel like this is also true. Okay, when you don't care anymore, that's when it happens. It is. Honestly, it's also been hard on the journey. Oh yeah, I totally get you 100%. Okay, but When you're just like, oh, I don't give a damn, really, that's when it happens. How many people say that to you? When you let someone go as well, do you know that's when they come back? Honestly, every single time I've done it, every single time I've like let go of somebody, or I've just gone, oh, I just can't be asked. Then the next thing you know, they're bloody knocking on your door and they're messaging you and they want to reach out to you and they want to be with you because there's not that tug in energy. And Yvette, it's really important to remember that, the more that you're kind of in that chasing or that sort of like that wanting energy, that's kind of coming from a place of you don't already perceive to have that. But genuinely, honestly, when you're just like, it don't matter, that's when it happens. And when you're so happy in your day-to-day life, that's when someone pops into your life and you're just like, oh, I didn't see you coming. Yeah, it does. It always happens, because that's why I say, like, if you're on dating sites, genuinely, you're not going to meet anybody because you're saying, I'm looking out there for someone. I'm not saying that's true for everybody, okay? But in general, when you're so happy, you're so comfortable in your skin, and you love being by yourself and you love doing things and you're just really loving life, the world feels that. And then the universe goes, oh, she's ready, because she's not looking for that person. Oh, we can give it to her now. There you are. Look, she's really happy. And it's when you just don't care, then you'll just meet someone in the supermarket and you'll be like, and that's it, it's all done. And that's what I feel for you, just in that energy there, my love, my darling. And I really hope that's okay to give that to you, because what I'm hearing for you, but is falling. Yes, the universe loves irony and sarcasm. It does. It also loves it when you laugh at it. Okay. So like when I catch myself in like a pendulum thing, okay, I'll just laugh at it and I'll be like, there you are. Like yesterday with my cleaner, I have a cleaner here. I told Katie this. I have a cleaner here, right? Every single week. My housemate pays for it. Really lucky. I'm so grateful to my housemate. And she always comes between 12 and 1, right? 2 o'clock at the latest. Well, I kept wondering where she was, and I knew I was creating the energy. I could feel it. And I was like, stop thinking about your cleaner. And then I said to myself, if she's not here by 4 o'clock, she isn't coming, right? So what happens? I start cleaning at 4 o'clock, 4:05, she turns up. And it's because I literally just went, oh, bugger it then. I'll just go and do the cleaning myself. And then she said to me, oh, hello, darling. I'm so sorry. I meant to get a message to you that I was going to be later today. She goes, just one thing has happened after another, and I haven't been able to get to you. Well, and I literally just said, it's because Kel let it go. That she knocked. No joke. Within like 5 minutes of me picking up the Hoover and doing the cleaning, because I just went, well, she ain't going to come then, is she? I did this. I went, that's it. He's quit the cleaner. And she just went, hello, love. And I went, well, she goes, hello, love, you all right? And she goes, have you already started cleaning? I went, yeah, I've already done upstairs. I did. So anyway, Yvette, let that be a lesson to you, my love, all right? But that's what I feel like, genuinely. Fall in love with yourself, have just be you and just enjoy everything that you possibly can about yourself. But do check out Shelley Bullard. She's got some amazing material there if you really want to bring in love. But yes, I agree. Be sure to manifest the qualities you want to attract in a partner that aligns with you. Yeah. And you have to be that. You have to be that in the love first, be what it is that you want to be. Treat yourself how you want to be treated in a relationship. That's also another one there. That's what I hear for you there anyhow, Yvette. So I really hope that helps you. And that kind of concludes tonight for me, really, to be fair, because I can feel that my guides are saying to me that that's good now. And we have done an hour and we've done an hour and a half. So there we go. And it seems like it's about the sweet spot, isn't it? 90 minutes, beautiful souls, hey? But I want to say thank you to all of you incredible and amazing people that have been here tonight. For every single one of you that I have read for, it has been beautiful. I'm kind of feeling again Wednesday. That's what my guides are saying. So I don't know if I do another Saturday. We will see. But who knows? I did think about doing a Sunday afternoon at some point, but we'll see. But if you guys want to join me again on Wednesday, I will be here. If you don't, that's totally cool. But it has been absolutely gorgeous to be with you today. Thank you, Katie, for being here the whole time. Sharon, it has been gorgeous to read for you, as it has Michelle, as it has Yvette. I don't know if Sarah's still on, as it has Bridgie, and Joseph. It was also amazing to read for you, and Lily 00012. It was beautiful to read for you too. So thank you for your time, for your presence, and I will see you guys again soon. I love all of you. You guys take care. Mwah. I'll see you all soon. Bye. Oh, and Charlie, bye bye.